Baseball has been unlocked. The transaction freeze has melted, and the Twins are coming out hot, people. And really, for the first time this entire offseason, today I feel like we can see a path. We can see a path for the Twins to get back into contention. Let's talk about that a bit more in a second. First, I want to go into the details of this trade. The Twins have acquired Sonny Gray from the Cincinnati Reds, with the main piece going back, Chase Petty. Gray is, of course, a very significant addition to the Twins' rotation. This is a 32-year-old veteran, a two-time All-Star. He has 2 years of team control, basically, because he has a very modest $13 million option for 2023, so we can basically call that a slam dunk as long as he stays healthy. He's coming up the worst of his 3 seasons in Cincinnati, but still a very solid season for him last year. Chase Petty, the Twins' number 26 pick in this most recent draft, arguably, I think, the guy who you could sort of pin the biggest dreams on of any pitching prospect in the system. The guy with kind of the most exciting, alluring upside, but he was also the guy who was the furthest away from the major leagues, having been drafted out of high school just this past draft. So he was a ways away. Also coming to the Twins in this deal is Francis Peguero, a 23-year-old right-handed relief pitcher who was in high A last year. Not for nothing, he's not going to be a big prospect list guy being a reliever in low A, but, a piece of value coming to the Twins there. This is a trade I would have done. I would have done this trade. Gray is a significant upgrade, but they need to make this worthwhile. They need to... I want to see more. I want to see more going on here. The more investment there is in 2022 or 2023, this kind of window, the more I will like this deal. Something that gives me a little pause is that Sonny, and I've talked about this one where we've been talking about pitching targets on the trade market. Entering last season, Jose Barrios had 2 years of team control. I think these days, if you aren't a World Series type contender, you're not really carrying a lot of your guys who have a lot of value to their last year of their contract. So guys like Barrios when they had 2 years, guys like Sonny Gray when they have 2 years of team control, if things don't work out, you're probably going to be looking to trade them at that deadline instead of holding them for the next year and only trading a half of a season of theirs, trading a full season and a half. So my worry is if things get off to a poor start this season, that the Twins are just going to end up trading him like they did with Barrios. That's why I want to see more investment. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. Let's invest more in this team for 2022 and build up around him. As excited as I was about Chase Petty, prospects are... I'm a huge prospect guy. You all know if you follow this channel, I share tons of minor league highlights. We talk about prospects all the time. Love the prospects. But it's a veteran, 2-time All-Star, again, who's a very solid pitcher in Sonny Gray. Maybe Chase Petty realizes his potential, and going to Cincinnati does seem like a nice landing spot for him. But at the end of the day there, I think you kind of tip your cap to the Reds and say, great job bringing him along on the development. At the time we did this, it made sense. Again, tip your cap. So I think we kind of just got to let that go at this point. If he does come up to be a monster, I think the Reds will deserve all the credit basically for taking him from here to where he needs to go. Another thing to consider, and again, if you're winning at the major league level, this doesn't make sense. This next thing I'm going to touch on. Who cares? If you're winning at the major league level, this doesn't matter. But the way things are shaping up, there's going to be a massive developmental hole in this organization. The system is strong right now. A lot of those guys are in the high minors, which is great. But there seems to be a decent chance the Twins are going to have nothing to show for their last 3 first-round picks. It's too early to give up on Keone Cavaco or Aaron Sabato, but I would think, I think the Twins would take a redo if you could let them redo those picks if they had the chance. Now Petty's been traded. With this being the case, I think it's pretty easy to kind of envision this organization having one of the worst farm systems in baseball a couple years down the road. Again, that's completely fine if you're winning. That's the situation the Chicago White Sox are in, and who cares? If you're defending division champion, you have World Series aspirations, who cares if you have the 29th or 30th best farm system in the league? The more the front office commits to the short term, the more I will like this trade. Again, I would have done the trade. If the Twins add more, again, I will like it even more. I could think this is a great trade by the end of the offseason. And I'm willing to, to see where they go, because I think Part of the fun in not really understanding what they're doing directionally is who the hell knows what's going to happen next, you know? So that's my take. Again, hopefully I'm back on here and we're talking about another big edition sometime soon, because that's really going to get me going and really get me behind this deal because, yeah, I do like Sonny Gray quite a bit. But I want to see, again, I want to see him make it worthwhile. So let me know what you thought about this trade. Thanks for checking this out. We'll talk again soon.